In an attempt to raise awareness of the importance of preserving water resources, the Students' Union of the American University in Cairo organized a retreat to Qanater Khayreya on the World Cleanup Day to clean the Nile. More than 250 volunteers from different universities participated in the event to highlight the importance of the Nile and the danger of people littering in the river.
Why it's important for people to participate? Because when they come and see the problem on ground and they stay for 20 or 30 minutes collecting the trash from the water, they know how hard it is. That actually will affect them later to think more about their consumption, daily consumption, and their also daily, how they will segregate their waste, where are they gonna put their waste, and it gives them hope that yes, we all can do it together, not only one, but everyone has to start by himself with his consumption and with also to segregate his waste and to know where is he putting his trash.
The SU has partnered with Nile to manage this event and to provide volunteers and organizers, as well as guest speakers, to talk about sustainability.
Pollution has two problems. First of all, the actual waste and how people are overusing and overconsuming plastic and other wasteful materials. But also the problem is that littering and so on, it ends up in our Nile and in our oceans. So we're here to, not only did we have a talk at the beginning of the day to raise awareness on the use of waste and plastic, but we're also here to do a community service and clean the Nile and actually make an impactful change.
The volunteers were divided into 5 groups, and the SU helped them move through the stations to clean the Nile from plastic and other harmful waste, while educating them about the ecosystem. Qanater Khayreya is known for the cleaning activities that take place there, due to the fact that it's one of the last points of the Nile before entering the north at the delta through canals. These canals facilitate collecting the waste from it as it works as a barrier, and consequently, the flow of the water can go faster and cleaner. The Nile is heavily polluted in Egypt by wastewater and rubbish poured directly into it, as well as agricultural runoff and industrial waste, with consequences for biodiversity, especially fishing and human health.
Firstly, it's killing the fish and the sea life, and ethically, of course, this is incorrect. Secondly, we eat these fish and these creatures, and scientists are actually discovering that this is affecting our food. And thirdly, actually, these plastics contain chemicals that then pollute the water. And when locals wash the cows and so on in the Nile, it leads to skin conditions in the cows that we then eat, which could lead to different diseases and that we could catch from these animals. So this is actually a problem that impacts us personally.
Much of the plastic that is not recycled ends up in our river. Not only is this danger to the animals and plants whose habitats have become aquatic garbage patches, but it also poses a threat to the climate, as plastic releases greenhouse gases when it slowly breaks down, which results in climate change. Marine plastic pollution breaks down into microplastics and contributes to climate change, both through direct greenhouse gases emissions and indirectly by negatively affecting ocean organisms.
After the last 5 years, we've been cleaning the Nile from all of the plastic and the solid waste by collaborating with the fishermen and also the women who works on those islands, which is located in the middle of the Nile. It's so important because we knew from some of the fishermen that there are more than 40 species of fish that got actually extinct. So, and it's actually, those plastic or this waste is actually turning into microplastic that turns into the soil and into the water that's actually we've been feeded with and everything.
Another danger that threatens the Nile is the Khayreya, as it's reported that each bunch takes about 3 liters of water a day.
Surprisingly, we just discovered the more and more we're digging in environmental issues, we discover very weird and very dangerous stuff. Like, I don't know how do you call it exactly, it's Wad al-Nil. It's the roses that are in the Nile. They are very dangerous and they spread a lot. And if you don't get rid of them, they destroy the water, they destroy the maritime life in general, and they cause problems to human beings as well. because they consume a lot of water necessarily for humans, better than wasting it in vain without doing anything with it.
Collectively, the volunteers were able to remove 1 ton of the waste that had been collected in Qanater. At the end of the cleaning campaign, traditional food was served by local communities of the Qanater, as the SU wanted to provide a full experience of being in nature and among people who suffer the most in the area. Indeed, the SU worked hard in increasing awareness on challenges facing the Nile, while calling for climate action that can save our planet. Merna Abo Elseoud, AUCTV.